Hello, welcome to this St. John's Anglican, West Toronto, Tuesday observance of Holy Week. My name is Bob Shantz. I'm an honorary assistant priest at St. John's, and I'm also a spiritual director, and as such, lead people in guided meditations. This is what I would love to do with you at this time. Uh, I'll be doing it also again tomorrow on Wednesday. Our world is a very strange place these days, as we all know. We live in social isolation. Our world can become very small. And our emotional world can become small too when our anxieties and fears, tend to distract us in very uncomfortable ways. Here's where the gift of meditation may be of enormous help to some of us. When we meditate, our world becomes bigger. It's the strangest thing. Time slows down. We find moments of peace. We find this when we go for a long walk and we focus on one thing, on the beauty around us or on the arduousness of the journey. Meditation comes in many shapes and forms. This body scan meditation is one of the ways that we can find the peace of God. So I invite you to come along with me on this. I will ask you to sit in a comfortable chair. I will ask you to wear loose-fitting clothing so that you feel comfortable. Nothing is binding. Undo your belt buckle, for example. It's important to be very, very still in this kind of meditation. Often we hear that it's absolutely necessary to have silence, and indeed, noisy distractions make meditation very difficult. But for me, stillness is just as important. The noise I can kind of filter out, but if I'm fidgeting as I sit, my fidgety movements tend to dissolve the meditation, kind of dissolve the dreamlike state of meditation. I'm reminded of the psalmist who says, "Be still and know that I am God." This is what we are looking for in this kind of meditation. But before I begin the lead through the meditation, I will read a passage from the Bible with a short introduction, asking you to look for particular themes in the reading. So here's an opportunity now for you to find that comfortable chair, to find your posture, where you're seated upright, comfortable, ready to be still for a while. So before we begin the body scan meditation, let's reflect for just a few moments on the passage for the reading for this day. In this passage, Jesus knows that he has threatened the political authorities of the day. And he knows he can't back down if he's going to keep his integrity, that he's set something in motion. It's too late to turn around now if he's going to be a man true to his word. He knows what he needs to do. There's a sense of confidence and assuredness about him, very compelling. So it brings a question to us. Do we know what we need to do? Do we know what we are called to do? Big, big questions. Can we live with such confidence and indeed humility that we see in Jesus' life? He knows who he is. He knows what he's called to do. He knows why he is here. And with that, there is a sense of peace about him. Can we find that peace in our knowing ourselves in such a way, knowing who we are, why we are here, what we are called to do? Can we live with such confidence and humility? So now is the time to sit comfortably in your chair and listen to these words. There were some Greeks among those who went up to worship at the festival. They came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee, with a request. "Sir," they said, "we would like to see Jesus." Philip went to tell Andrew. Andrew and Philip in turn told Jesus. Jesus replied, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Very truly, I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed, but if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant also will be. My Father will honor the one who serves me. Now my soul is troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No. It was for this very reason I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name." So now it is time to meditate. I would ask that you close your eyes, sit upright in your chair, take a few deep breaths, settle into your chair, allow it to hold you comfortably. I'm going to start by asking you to relax your whole body, starting with the top of your head and scanning down through your body to the tips of your toes. When we are in this meditation for a while, I will read that passage again that I just read and ask you to think about what it means for you now in this state of meditation. If there is something that you missed in the first reading, something that speaks to you now that didn't speak to you before, or something that affirms what you heard the first time. So, please close your eyes. This is a time for you. Take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to be very, very still. If there is noise in the background, simply let it be filtered out. Let it pass through your awareness and let it be gone. And come back to your stillness and your silence. Bring your attention to the top of your head, to your scalp. Allow the warmth of God to reside there, the gentle presence of God. Allow it to flow down over your ears, over the back of your head. Allow the warmth of God to move into your forehead, your eyebrows, your nose, your lips, your cheeks. The peace of God now moves into your jaw, and the large muscles there. Unclench your jaw. Let your face be soft and relaxed. The peace of God now moves into your shoulders and to the large muscles of your upper arms, your biceps and triceps. No lifting and straining now. Now is a time of peace. Warmth moves into your forearms and your wrists, and your hands and your fingers and your thumbs. Allow your hands to rest heavily on your lap. The warmth of God now moves from your shoulders down your back, your upper back and the small of your back. Those large muscles relax. The peace of God moves further down to your buttocks. Now God's peace moves down your chest, to your abdomen, your navel, and your genitals. Allow yourself to sit heavily in the chair, held by the chair. The peace of God now continues to move through your body, moves into your thighs, the large muscles there, the large hamstrings at the back of your thighs. The warmth of God moves into your knees, your kneecaps, and the backs of your knees. God's peace moves down to your shins and your calves and your ankles. The warmth now spreads into your feet, into your heels, your instep, the arch of your foot, the balls of your feet, and into your toes. Your whole body now is in the warmth of God, as it always has been. Allow your feet to rest heavily on the floor. Allow your whole body now to be held by the chair, by the floor, by the earth. Allow your whole body to be held in the loving arms of God. Be aware of your breathing in and the breathing out. If there are any sounds, let them pass through your awareness. Allow your busy thoughts to be busy and just ignore them as you can. Become aware of your breathing. Allow yourself to be quiet in your breathing and still in your breathing. And let me read the reading from the Gospel of John again. Now there were some Greeks among those who went up to worship at the festival. They came to Philip, who was from Bethsaida in Galilee, with a request. Sir, they said, we would like to see Jesus. Philip went to Andrew. Andrew and Philip in turn told Jesus. Jesus replied, the hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant also will be. My Father will honor the one who serves me. Now my soul is troubled. What shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No. It was for this very reason that I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name. Again, bring your attention back to your breathing. The breathing in, the breathing out, the breath of life, breathing out anxiety, breathing in the peace of God, breathing in the breath of life. The greatest gift we have received is life. It is at this point, if we were meeting in person, that we would sit quietly for another 10, 15 minutes or so, and I invite you to do that if you have the time or the inclination. But the reality of virtual recordings is that we need to move on. The beauty of meditation is that it's flexible. What's not flexible is the discipline of doing it. It has to be done. You can't think about it and think it's done. You have to actually sit in the chair and practice it. And for that, I wish you every good thing, because discipline is discipline. But it is flexible, meditation. It is there for you. Tailor it to your needs. I would like to close now with a reading that you all have heard before many times, Psalm 23. For me, it's important this day because it is about knowing what we need. We need God to be our shepherd, to guide us through the hard times, to celebrate us, to protect us. And I think one of the ways God does protect us is the gift of meditation. So let me read Psalm 23 and go into each verse and let it speak to you. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Allow these words to enter your heart and your mind and your soul as you breathe in, as you breathe out with your eyes closed. Know that this time of meditation is waiting for you after you open your eyes. You can go back into it at any time when your life gives you a moment of space to do so. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in the larger reality in which we live and move and have our being. May we know the peace of God. If you wish, it is now time to open your eyes and end this meditation.